Hello, everybody, and welcome to the King Leo Show. I'm your host, King Leo. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's make sure the audio's working, man. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the King Leo Show. I think our audio's good. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? All right, we're good here. Happy Tuesday, start of the week. We've got a lot to get through today. I'm sure that a lot of you probably think that I'm excited about this episode because they actually released the meeting of the GOATs, the meeting of PBD and Piers Morgan, who has agreed to interview Nick Fuentes or has expressed a desire to do so. I'm not pleased with this, honestly, because I waited all weekend, man. I could not sleep. I was up at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., refreshing the PBD page, just refreshing. Hey, when is this interview going to be available? When is this interview going to be available? And guess what? It wasn't available. And then today they released it. Like, he left me the whole weekend hanging without being able to see the interview. But before we get into our stories today, because there's a lot to cover, we're just going to watch that interview, but there's a lot to do beforehand. I got a shill here. So this is our Patreon, which I fixed over the weekend. Join for $20 a month, but I'm going to make one that's $5 a month as well. I'm just not sure what the benefits are. If it's too much, it's fine. On YouTube, it's $1.99 a month. And the Discord is up, and the link is pinned there. So if you join the Discord, let me make this big so you guys can see. Dude, I'm retarded. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Here's our Discord. As you can see, there's a Patreon tier that I've added. But there's also a welcome tier for everyone. So just join there. Help us crowdsource stories. Help us find interesting stuff for the show. I appreciate you guys and your input. That's why I do this show, because I'm trying to figure out the world with you fellas. All right, everyone. We've got to get to our stories, man, because there's a lot to do. How are you doing, Audio Vibes? I see that you're here. All right, let's get to it. So, to start the show, we have to go to X, where we have... Oh, is it? No, this is not in the wrong spot. Perfect. Let's start. Do we start with something light or heavy? Well, I think we should start with this, given that we cover Zoran quite a bit. This is Andy Ogle, one of the Zoran nemesis, who posted this. Remember New York, I warned you. Hashtag deport Mamdani. Hashtag save New York. With some AI slop, as you come to expect from everyone. I can't even just say Republicans these days, but Republicans are leading the charge on AI slop. This is what he posted.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want no friggin' part of it. New York, New York. These Hugo Boss shoes are longing to stray and take an Uber to LaGuardia, ta-ta, New York. I want to wake up in a city that's safe and free.
It's funny he threw that in, right? He threw in... This is why we don't want to go to New York, right? The Netanyahu arrest, right? The Netanyahu arrest AI. I'm surprised AI even let him do this. How did AI allow him to create this? How are you doing, Mr. Elo? Is this supposed to make me... Dude, I don't... It's kind of defeating the message, huh? I mean, how could he put this in? This is a sitting Congress member doing this, dude. Hey, Grok, can you make me some slop of Benjamin Netanyahu getting arrested in New York for my music video to attack Zoran Mamdani? How did he get AI to do this? I bet you can't do this. Is that Peter Navarro singing? I don't know, because that's Frank Sinatra that's supposed to be singing this, right? And you know what's funny is that I'm going to have to mute this for the clips and for the live stream after I'm over, because they're going to censor it even though it's AI slop and it's not Sinatra.
I want to wake up in a city.
And very racialized. We have a black guy chasing unknown victim with a machete like it's going to be Rwanda. He's also a Hutu nationalist. He's a Hutu nationalist, Zoran. How you doing, Ephra? Laura, low-ranking adaptation. That's how. What do you mean? Low-rank adaptation. What do you mean? Is that an AI thing? Please explain, Ephra.
That's safe and free. without that slick jive.
Isn't this happening? Aren't homeless people being set on fire in New York right now? Aren't normal people? So what is even the difference? What is he describing? What is he describing that is so significantly different from the status quo? You'll notice this for most people, my Baudulardians. Every criticism of Baudulardianism, of postmodernism, of whatever, is inevitably a description of the status quo. Like Sora but Laura? I didn't know that. That's interesting. I'm going to look that up. Laura, thank you, Ephra. I want to find an AI that will just go buck wild and let me do whatever I want.
Last Mayor, Comrade Mamdani. It's clear that Gen Z knows no history, just DEI and woke philosophy.
Gen Z knows no. First of all, we've gone over this through the show, dude. We know conservatives have no idea what history is. They are not coming at it from a Howard Zinn perspective. I mean that conservatives will literally sit there and tell you that Thomas Jefferson was not racist. And I'm not saying it from a woke angle. I'm saying he had his children live in slavery. So I think he was a racist. But DEI is also jihadism. Okay, we have a genius on our hands. Dude, he has to be a heel. He doesn't strike me. He's not as good as Randy Fine. Randy Fine is a great heel. But who would make this not knowing they're going to get pushback because of how ridiculous it is? This is DEI. This is what DEI was. Jihad in Central Park. How did they acquire Central Park? Through jihad, of course.
Imagine North Korea with a dash of Sharia. That's what you got. New York, New York. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that feels like home, and not with defunded police.
Dude, that's crazy. How do you get AI to do that's this is a fetish, by the way. This is the revealed preference. This is a fetish. Conservatives want this. They're lying. There's no way this isn't a fetish. Who else would ask AI to make jihadist walking white police officers like dogs? Who else would do that? This is insane. This is a sexual thing, dude. It's a sexual... it's okay. Dude, conservatives, man, they really struggle to admit if they're homosexual or something. Just admit you want this. Because no one else thought of this. No liberal is like, oh, I can't wait for police to be walked like dogs by the jihad. How sick is the conservative mind, bro? How sick? Their mind is in the gutter.
Migrants galore, man dummy run, grocery stores. Thinks he's a genius. AOC with a penis.
He's not Stalin. Stop. Stop. He's not Stalin. I wish, dude. He's not. I hate this comparison. He is not the Man of Steel. The Man of Steel was one man who did amazing things. He's not Stalin. Effer says, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Who actually has this in their mind? Not normal people. Right? These are people who are sexually frustrated. They have to be. Or closeted, not even homosexuals, like closeted BDSM or something. No one else would think of making this.
It's time to stick a fork in it. New York, you're done. Soon the tax base will be gone to Boca Raton.
Okay, how? This is crazy, dude. They are trying to create... This is why you should not fall for the anti-Semitism op. Like, it's becoming fashionable. There's no way that they're making this with an intention to have a good portrayal of people of the Jewish faith. There is no way. This is sick. This is sick. This is bad for Jewish people and bad for non-Jewish people. Why would you portray this? Wearing a kippah at the pool. Do Jews even wear kippahs at the pool? Are there waterproof kippahs? I wonder if there's ever like a Jewish Olympic swimmer, if they have to make like a under the Speedo cap. Whatever, man. Whatever. Mr. Elu says Stalin brought the world to the moon. Exactly. And Zoran is not going to take people to the moon. He can't do it. So he's not Stalin. Absolutely agree. How sick is this?
Town while I'm in town becomes commie town. Should have elected the hack instead of the quack. Rest in peace, New York, commie town. New York, commie town.
Okay. Also, my producer's pointing out that this is very gay. They're making the Jewish guy gay. Why are they making him gay? This is obviously a homosexual pool. Because it's a rainbow. Why are they making the Jewish guy gay? Also, that's a good point. That's a good point. But if they love migrants, why would they do this? This doesn't even make sense. Mind blown, dude. The conservative, perverted mind. Oh, the party of family values, right? Sure. Yeah, family values. Okay, yeah, this is family values. These are crazy people, man. Mr. Elu says, my understanding is that kippahs are worn at funerals. Yeah, I haven't gone to the Florida Jewish Museum yet. I should have gone this weekend. But it's really cold out here, dude. It's like 50 degrees. I was thinking, I went on a jog today and I was freezing. And I was like, if the white nationalists are right, I am not getting into Hyperborea. I'm not getting into white nationalist heaven. They're going to send me straight to spick hell. Because white nationalist St. Peter is going to look at me and go, can you stand in this room that's 50 degrees without a jacket? And I'll be like, no, straight to spick hell, which is like Brazil, I assume. Everything's in Portuguese all the time. That would suck. Mr. Elu says, why is he sitting on a unicorn? I don't. This is clear. You're right. Like, I'm glad my producer pointed it out. Dude, he's clearly portraying the Jewish guy as a gay. And it's fine. It's fine for people to be homosexual, but why is the Jewish guy the only gay person in this? And he's sipping, what is that, like a martini? Is gay coded, as the libs would say. Do they not know what is written on the Statue of Liberty? Dude, conservatives can't read, man. They can't read. They don't know anything. And obviously, here's the great response. You know, maybe Mao's Cultural Revolution was totally fair in retrospect. And dude, I gotta tell you, the dekulakization gets a bad rap. But brother, like, if this is what's going on in the minds of the conservatives, can you coexist with this? Can you? I mean, this is sick. If there's any conservatives, please let me know if you think this all day. Like, this is a sexual fantasy for you. This is a sick sexual fantasy. Let's move on for Schizo. Oh, we didn't even do our Schizo Watch intro. Let's do our Schizo Watch intro. This is awesome. This guy got like 30,000 followers, and his whole page is Charlie Kirk edits, and they're amazing. Let's go through some of these. I love this. I love defeating death through AI. I truly think this is the best part of AI. And this guy cares more about Charlie Kirk than Erica Kirk ever did.
And I got that bad bitch, she stays up. Ain't no fucking playing, we ain't game boys. Now we got a name, they wanna frame us. Make sure that you keep a third eye. All these niggas ain't gonna ride. All these hoes gon' wanna sock. Now they playing both.
It doesn't stop, dude. His whole page is this. Look, watch this stuff. This is amazing. The power of AI. Look at this one here. Hang on. These videos are great.
Hey, big bang, take little bang, get exposed. What the fuck the dog shit that I need to know? Hey, she tweaking in the club, she like, boys, hey.
We got beefed up in the studio. Dude. Look, LeBron.
Hit the Rolling Stone with the rollie on. Jag portfolio.
I mean, dude, I truly respect. We saw this one already.
The watch.
Charlie Kirk, the Gooner. Hashtag I can't goon. We got Charlie Kirk here. Dude, he has defeated death. Charlie Kirk is with us forever in meme format, dude. In meme format. And is there any other way to look at this? We got Fat Charlie Kirk booked by, what is that, Fulton County? This is awesome, man. Look what we got.
I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas.
Is this Charlie Kirk? No, it's not Charlie Kirk. Look, this one here.
Bitch ass nigga, you push back, you better not ever try it again. Don't play with me.
If Charlie Kirk ever wanted to say the N-word in life, he gets to say it in death. Charlie Kirk, this is more, my producer saying, this is more respectful than the way his own people had the Patriot Awards memorial. This is so much more respectful, dude. This is honoring the man. He is post-racial. He is black Charlie Kirk. Rapper Charlie Kirk. Look at this. Emo Charlie Kirk. How is this disrespectful? We got Charlie Kirk on Grand Theft Auto 6 cover before Grand Theft Auto 6. They should make this a skin. We got, who is this? This is Charlie Kirk. I don't even know who Charlie Kirk is here. Is this I go hard in the motherfucking paint. What's his name, man? I forgot his name. Dude, great rapper, man, from back in the day. We got Indian Charlie Kirk. I mean, come on. Can you be mad at this? This is awesome. We got Diddy Charlie Kirk. Diddy Charlie Kirk. That's great. The Kirk twerk? Come on, man. You're telling me that this is disrespectful compared to the Patriot Awards? I love it. I think this is great. When I die, I hope that people make edits like this. Make me white Leo. Like, this would be awesome. Let's catch up with a chance. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys liking the segment. Mystery Lou says Charlie Kirk should have done this instead of imagine Charlie Kirk doing gangsta rap battles in life. Now he gets to do them in death, which is even better because they're already done for him. But you're right. I think he would have had a better life. I think he would have found a better shoddy. He could have taken a page out of Eric Adams' book doing this kind of work. This is a better way. A better way to be honored, man. His shoddy would not have come out in tight, hot leather pants and kissed up on J.D. Vance. She would have been bawling at the funeral. Bahamian style. Efra says, the system rewards the dumbest people, but I think the aliens like it this way. It would not be entertaining otherwise. I wonder what season on Earth we're watching now. It's good to watch it as a TV show, Efra. Completely agree. But, I mean, look, as far as dumb things go, this is pretty good. It's honorable. It's nice. We remember Charlie forever. You're not going to forget Charlie after this. You're not going to forget it. You're not going to look at this. Look at this edit. Look. No, it's not Triple X Tentacion, dude. Mr. Elu. It's I go hard in the. He's from Detroit, man. I go hard in the. Let me look this up. I go hard in the motherfucker. There we go. What is it? Waka Flocka Flame. Waka Flocka Flame. Had to be Waka Flocka Flame. Look at this edit here. Look, this is better than anything his wife did for him. Come on, dude. Erica Kirk eats shit. You don't care about your husband. And at ChillDude74, look, he made Cash Patel Charlie Kirk. We have the Watch brother. Come on. Come on. Chief Keef, another legend. All right, let's move on. We got more schizo to get to. Let's do this first. So they're using AI in the drive-thrus. Let's see how it looks.
Yeah, hi, I'm ready.
What can I get you?
Are you AI?
I'm Hungry Jack's virtual helper. How can I help you?
That's so cool. Okay, yeah, hi, can I get a large ultimate double whopper?
A few years ago, I would have been against this, but the quality of customer service has dropped so much since COVID. Because you know what happens when you pull up at the drive-thru nowadays. You go, hi, how are you doing? What happened? What do you want? Can I have a burger? So maybe AI should take this part of the role. But people are messing with it. And I think this is one of those interesting things. I bet people were doing crazy stuff with cars when they first came out.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Can I take your order?
Sorry.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. What can I get started for you today?
Can I get 18,000 water cups, please?
Okay. What can I get for you? And what will you drink with that?
Oh my God! I want a large Mountain Dew.
And your drink?
Dude, this shit, until they perfect it, it's going to drive everyone schizophrenic. And I think it's going to take at least a year. At that point, it won't even matter. The whole restaurant will be automated. But this is definitely a part of hell. Like, we're here in hell, you know? At this point, I would choose to mess with it. It would be cool if you could do this to the phone ones, because the phone one is another thing. This is a physical thing. But when you're on the phone and you get an AI agent, you wanna like shoot your brains out because of how bad it is. If you could say something like this and get through. But what I do wonder here is, was this the value proposition of all of the money we gave OpenAI? Like all of the money that you, as a taxpayer, gave them? It was to do this crap? This is why we have to give them all of our water and build a bunch of nuclear reactors because of this garbage? All right, well, at least it went towards something fun. It would have been better going to a Marvel movie. Mr. Elu says, have you seen the tech support at hotels? Now, I actually saw it in person, and that was pretty wild. I was like, dude, I saw it at a restaurant in New York, and I was like, this is insane. I don't want to order from some Filipino that's not even here. Like, are Mexicans not good enough for this? Are we fruit pickers not good enough to take orders anymore? How much money? Dude, we live in this permanent recession. That's what I hate about this country. In the time I've been alive, it's been a permanent recession where it's all cost cutting. It's not growth, it's cost cutting. Because if they were making money, they wouldn't do this. Effer says, yeah, no, humanity can't have nice things. This is why the billionaires ultimately gave up on humanity. Yeah. I mean, it's a function of technology. And these billionaires have no taste, too. These billionaires all suck, Efra. In my opinion, I don't like them. But yeah, they definitely gave up on beauty and saving the world and all this. Because they're grifters at the end of the day. Let's continue. What else we got on Schizo Watch? I think we can skip this one. Let's see. This was hilarious, bro. I saw this and I can identify AI pretty easily at this point. But it seems like boomers and Gen Xers can't. So this got 24,000 likes. You tell me if you can't identify this as AI immediately.
I sacrificed my life to secure this country's freedom and its freedom of speech. And now you arrest people for words while turning a blind eye to crimes committed by invaders. You are a disgrace to your uniform and you're an insult to mine.
All right, mate, I hear you.
This is what I like about this is that it's so schizophrenic on multiple levels. The first one is, which war did this British guy fight to preserve the freedom of English people? He's young, so he missed Iraq too. What's the last deployment England did in defense of its freedom? Like the Falklands? That's 30 years before he's born. And the people in the back are like Indian bobbies. This is clearly bullshit. And this shows you the conservative fantasy, how insane it is. But the cool thing about it is if we can get AI Tommy Robinson, maybe we won't have stupid rallies anymore. Maybe people will get to stay home and it will be diffused through AI British soldiers complaining about foreigners. All right. Effer says, I don't like them either. I'm just trying to understand why the world is like it is today. Effer, I don't understand these billionaires. I really don't. I understand Steve Jobs. I like Steve Jobs. I genuinely thought Steve Jobs was a cool guy. But these other people, I don't get them, Effer. I don't understand what Elon Musk is trying to do. Mr. Elu says, does England even have freedom of speech? They don't even have a constitution. So what freedoms? I've never imagined a British soldier. This is the Americanization of the slop across the world. American soldiers fight for freedom. They don't, but they fight for our freedoms. I don't think any other soldier in history has ever been, I'm fighting for freedom. They've been fighting for their homeland. But now even the AI slop is Americanized. Yeah, Mr. Elo. Tommy Robinson's, if you follow Majid Nawaz, he's been on that for a while. I like that. This here, I wanted to show this, dude, because this has two banes of my existence, and this is just going to get worse. There's two things that I hate in this life. I hate fusion food, okay? I'll reveal the second one at a later date. Fusion food, let me get big for this. Fusion food is an abomination against God, against all things that are beautiful and good. Fusion food is gross, okay? I'm not saying I don't like when foods mix, all right? I like when there are natural mixes. Peruvian food is a mix of Japanese, Amerindian, and Spanish cuisine, and Chinese. But fusion food is forcing these two things together to put kimchi on a taco, as Bill Maher says. And these are 1,000-year-old civilizations. A taco is from Mexico, from the Aztecs, from the Mayans. Korea is one of the oldest civilizations on the planet. You don't just mix these things. This is a pet peeve of mine. I don't like fusion food. And this here is a criticism of the New Yorker. And I've noticed this in New York, man. I don't like the foodie culture. And I don't like it when it gets into fusion food. Fusion food is so antithetical to like natural evolution. Let's see here what the average New Yorker lives like.
Owners, Pakistani chopped cheese. What's up, Moaners? Today we're at Nishan in the East Village. They're known for their Pakistani chopped cheese, what the helly, and just their Pakistani American street food. Let's go see if they can make me moan. Guys, the workers are so nice. A girl was gluten-free. They catered to her needs, and she brought her own bread, and they were like, we'll make you chopped cheese on your own bread. Fucking amazing. But it's good. Flavors are good. Pakistani chopped cheese. Foot long. Owners, Pakistani.
And this attitude, this general attitude towards food, I find it so disgusting. It started with millennials. And it's this cope for everything else being expensive. Travel and food, those are the copes. Food is not that good. Hot take. Food is just food. It's fuel for your body. Does the chopped cheese being made by Pakistanis make it better? I don't think it makes it marginally better. I don't. These people have substituted all of life, all of culture, art, beauty with food. And what's so disgusting about food is that it lets you mask it. It lets you, I am sophisticated because I spend my time tasting different foods. No, you're not sophisticated. You're not. You are eating abominations. I don't want to eat Afghani Estwanian cuisine. I would like to enjoy Estwanian cuisine one day and Afghani food the next. Because I'm not an animal that needs slop. Does the slop taste a little different? think of it mathematically. Is the fusion food, you're going to pay more because it's fusion. That's why I hate fusion too. You pay more. You're going to pay 50% more. How much marginally better is it now that it is Peruvian and Brazilian fusion? Is it 10% better or is it actually worse? Because a lot of times it's worse. And these people, man, they are obsessed with food. All they care about is food and slop. And I can't stand it. Audio Live says foodies. Mystery Lou says she's horny for food. That's the thing. It's like substituting sex or just something that you would have in the past with food because food is cheap. That's why. It's just, it's gross to me. I really don't like it. And when they start getting into fusion is when I lost my... Dude, I have a fusion restaurant like 100 meters. Well, there's some European. 100 yards from my house. I have never got... It's disrespectful. It's bad to do that. These are ancient civilizations that you're just blending together. Food always fuses over time. Maybe that's too autistic, but I hate fusion food. I hate fusion food. I think it should be banned. I think it should be illegal. It's messed up. Food is like sex. Even when it's bad, it's good. Yes, is mystery. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing is like, at this point, why don't you just go to the bordello? If we're just going full slop, go to the bordello. Let's continue. This pisses me off. Sig Sauer, the renowned firearms company for making a gun that shoots itself and has shot several cops and several army people, like military people, in the leg, has released the limited edition Freedom Series, a trio of pistols built to honor the commitment and conviction of TPUSA. Each pistol features a striking white Cerakote. Charlie Kirk, look, I'm not a gun control guy. I like guns. I like them. Charlie Kirk, can you think of anything in poorer taste? Let's watch this. Let's see what Sig Sauer, the brand that is in trouble for shooting several cops in the leg with their latest gun, the P320, that shoots itself. First self-shooting firearm. Look at what they're releasing in honor of Charlie Kirk, who, may I remind you, died by a bullet in his neck. It says freedom on it. Get it? Like his shirt. Freedom.
Hey guys, big announcement. We are partnering with SIG and Turning Point USA to give the first run of the limited edition Freedom Series. Sig Sauer is proud to present the limited edition Freedom Series. This unique set of 3 pistols has been created to pay tribute to the commitment and conviction of Turning Point USA. Available in both a 1911 X full and X carry size or the popular 360.
I'm going to be real with you. And this may come off as poor taste, but it can't get poorer than this. I want the Tyler Robinson Sniper Rifle Edition. How about that? Can SIG make the Tyler Robinson Sniper Rifle Edition? No, I mean, we're just honoring people with guns, right? People that are victims of gun violence and people who perpetrate it. Get me the Tyler Robinson, the Lee Harvey Oswald edition fucking sniper rifle. How about that? Get me the Tyler Robinson. What's the name of the guy who shot Trump in the ear? Get me that edition of the sniper rifle because it should be super accurate, right? It should be super accurate. What the fuck are we doing here? I really, dude, Glock should come out with that. Glock should come out with a Tyler Robinson edition gun, and it's stronger than the SIG. How about that? And conservatives just eat up the slop. More slop. Oh, this is a conservative. This is my impression. Slop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finish on my face. That's a conservative, dude. That's a conservative. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love getting fucked. Oh, that's a conservative. That's a conservative. Conservatives, insufferable people, man. Insufferable. If you go and buy this firearm to honor Charlie Kirk, you are lower than a cow. You are scum. You're scum. But I'm going to be lining up for the Tyler Robinson edition, dude. Tope, what's up, Tope? Food will fill you up even if it's shit, kind of like sex. Right. I think they say that about pizza, right? That pizza, whether it's good or bad, it's good, right? Food is just food to me. Fetishizing food is the end of the line, and this is why things are so bad, because you can buy the Rizwich sandwich. That's why things are so bad, because bread and circus. No, it's not bread, dude. It's the Rizwich sandwich. It's hell. We live in hell. We live in hell. Let's let one of those out.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
Azuri, you're new here. How you doing? Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. It takes half a second, Azuri. It helps us make more things. Nothing is sacred anymore. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is crazy. This is crazy. Efra says, special interest is going to give us more expensive services and worse quality. Special interest is why we will soon have AI cops that are practically worthless. Well, Efra, are the cops, are they worth anything now? I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the AI cops. It's inevitable. Inevitable. It's going to happen. So maybe they'll be better. I mean, I'll give them a shot. Why not? Yeah, I'll see. I don't understand. One thing that I'm not understanding about the whole AI thing and, digital money and all this is how is the CIA going to traffic drugs now? Like, how are people, the end users, going to buy drugs, which is a big part of the dark budget? I'm sure they're going to have to make a carve out. I can't wait till AI guns are a thing. That's coming. You watch. Let's continue. What else we got? All right, let's take a light break here. Let's look at what a real communist looks like. The president of Belarus chopping wood. Zoran Mamdani would never. I'm not a Belarusian fan. I'm not a Lukashenko fan. I think he does some interesting stuff in Belarus. But it would be cool to see Trump do something like this. Or Mamdani, like just chopping wood, showing you that they are effective, our politicians, physically. I like this kind of, maybe it's my third world, as the white nationalists would say, maybe it's my third world spick, low IQ brain. I like it. I like it. I think it's interesting. I like to see people trying to portray strength, actual strength. All right? How you doing, Gary? You may think cuisines are centuries old, but India, for instance, didn't eat rice or wheat before they were introduced by the British in the 1800s, and the tomato, potato, and chili, all not ancient in India. Absolutely, my friend. The only thing is that I would say that's natural, right? That comes through, in India, it came through colonization. Okay, it wasn't like the British showed up and they were like, we're going to do fusion food. It's like, we brought this, you're going to eat it now. So that's acceptable to me. What I don't like is when they force things together. I can't stand that. How you doing, Full Hat? Can't wait to get my Grizzler burger. I think I'm going to eat it on stream, dude. I think I'm going to do that. This is too sloppy. Let's watch here what our wonderful Department of Homeland Security is blowing its budget on. They made this video here. These people will not quit it, man. They will not quit it. Let's watch the Chinese response before we comment on it.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 50.
Anyways, one of the most valuable positions.
China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to bully China, we will deal with the situation without the United States. And we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
Dude, if China gets good at the meme game, then that's pretty cool, because Department of Homeland Security What are they doing with those clearances, man? We're paying people money with secret clearance at least to make AI edits. Sorry, not AI edits. This isn't AI edits. This is just slop of George Washington from a car commercial. I think this is from the Dodge commercial, this frame of George Washington here. Is this what Americans are satisfied with? It's the DHS. Did you try to take a flight this weekend? DHS is ass. It's ass. And this is what they're spending their money on. How you doing, buddy? Dolindo, China? We got the dang plate. We got the Oh my God, dude. I'm amazed at what conservatives will put up with, man. I'm amazed. I Hate Everything says, how you doing, man? 5,000 years, huh? I'm guessing mandate of heaven. Dude, I mean, the center of humiliation is here for us. I guess. I don't know. I'm bullish on America. I'm still bullish on America. That's the only thing I believe in, America. But, you know, China's out of their center of humiliation. Maybe this is our Kali Yuga. Effer says, should we start learning Chinese? How do you say may have some food in Chinese? I took Chinese as a kid, but it did not stick. It did not stick. I wish I spoke it. I want to do one of those immersion programs. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $10,000, and you live there for like 4 months, and you really learn it. Which I know that's expensive, but it's cheap. Like they room and board you and everything. It's like $2,500 a month. It's cheaper than here. Let's see here. This is the best reaction to modernity, to post-modernity, to Baudrillardian hell we're in. The caption is, McDonald's manager does fentanyl at work, nods off, then everyone steals all the food. If you work at McDonald's, dude, you get the fentanyl pass. You get your fentanyl license. Can we blame them? Let's watch. Let's watch.
On Lindell, man. Check in. Look at my boy on the fries, cuz.
Hey, look, we found the cookie stash.
Look at she over here drooling. Come on, baby girl. You the manager, man. You supposed to do better than this.
No, she's not. She's not supposed to be doing better than that. If she was supposed to be doing better than that, she'd be getting paid to do better than that. She is completely justified to be nodding off at work. People will say that this is poor customer service. It's not. This is peak. This is the best customer service you can expect. I prefer this to what happened? What you order? Bro, the ice cream machine is broken. Dude, if you pull up and there's no answer, I'm on FET right now. I can't help you. That's more honest.
This shit crazy. Everybody just getting their free meals in, man.
Free food! Dude, we did free food before China. All we needed was some FET.
Well, teamwork made the dream work. She don't work here neither. I know that's right. That shit crazy. We live at the McDonald's on Lindell, man. I'm out this motherfucker on Lindell.
Manager of the year, in my opinion, this is a perfectly reasonable response to the hell we live in. This is, I'm not encouraging this. I would never encourage this. But I will not condemn it as people, this is a sign of decline. This is a sign of someone successfully coping with this hell. That's what it is. This is going to be the norm. Because when your job is meaningless, when they're putting AI in at your job, when they're putting in tablets for people to not talk to you, what else is left but to nod off? What else is left? Completely justified. Manager of the year, give her a bonus. This is the best customer service I've seen online ever. I'm doing well. I hate everything. I'm doing well. I may have to go to a thing tomorrow. They're doing this meeting of Latin American grifters, like the former presidents, but I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't want to go downtown again after PBD. Mystery Lou says, John Mearsheimer is bullish on America because of immigration. I'm bullish on America because Baudrillard was bullish on America. And I know it was back in the 2000s, but I think he was right. I think California is the future of the whole world. And yes, I did hear about Chenk's nephew getting arrested, and he defended the Chinese police, which I was actually pleased to see because the Chinese police are very nice. I've interacted with them. They're very nice. They're nicer than our cops. I had a Chinese police officer take like 20 pictures of me in Shanghai. 20 pictures. No questions asked. He was like, no, hang on. And then he was taking good pictures. I will always defend the Chinese police. Parido Nidos, the spirit of Mao save us. I'm a dang guy, but you start to understand Mao after a couple of AI videos. Effer says this will be the norm in like 5 years from now when the Great Depression 2.0 now is a thing. Great Depression, it might come, it might not. It might come, it might not. Mr. Elu says China gave us free food with fentanyl. Yeah. And I hate everything, says just another day in the hood. Full Hat says AI is going to take care of this problem. This is not a problem, Full Hat. This is coping. This is healthy coping. Let's continue. We're almost done. Because we got to move on to Dave Portnoy.
We're in a lot of places.
This guy is an idiot. This Peter Zahan, dude, this guy is one of the stupidest people around. He is genuinely stupid. He is a genuinely dumb person. He is not a smart person. His IQ, what is it that Trump said? He has a very bad brain. Everything he has predicted has been wrong. Everything he has predicted. He is full of shit. And here he is talking shit about TikTok.
We're in a lot of places, but never TikTok. That'll never happen.
You are worried about your being...
Here's another moron, Scott Galloway.
On TikTok.
Oh yeah, I would never do it. Whenever you have Facebook on your computer, even if it's not open, Facebook is capturing every keystroke on your computer. And they use that information to bundle you into like groups of roughly 10,000. And then they actively market you to scammers based on what sort of fraud they think you will fall for. But when they do it, they anonymize your data. The people can still target you personally, but they don't have like your name. TikTok doesn't anonymize. It's your name, it's your social security number, it's your entire credit history, and that gets sold on. So yeah, I will never, ever be on TikTok.
Oh no. Dude, this to me, I've always hated this anti-TikTok stuff. You live in America. You're going to be great either way. It's built in. Okay, it's built in. Now, Facebook sucks. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I hate Facebook. I have to be on Facebook because I'm part of a Facebook group for hypnotism. Okay? I hate Facebook. Facebook sucks. TikTok, it's not my bag, but it's better than Facebook. If I'm going to be raped, assaulted, my head held down and just destroyed, can I at least be an enjoyable experience? Can the rapist use some lubricant? First of all, I don't trust Facebook, Peter Zahan. I don't believe what you're saying. But secondly, it's fentanyl either way. The Chinese fentanyl is better. Why would I not use the Chinese fentanyl? Why would I not? I can't. This type of thinking is just insane to me. It's insane. We are going to get assaulted either way. So be a man, grow up, and just get assaulted by the one you prefer. Mr. Elu says, is he a China hater? Yeah, he's a China doomer. He's like, oh, their demographics are going to fall apart. He's a fucking idiot, dude. He predicted the war in Ukraine would be over in like 3 months. He's just full of shit. Forhat says, these days, walking into a store and purchasing groceries or anything for that matter is soon going to be curbside or delivery will soon be the only way. Well, I've embraced that, man. I have my groceries delivered through Amazon Prime. Whole Foods is cheap, by the way. Whole Foods is worth getting your food at. It's better for you, and it's not that expensive now that Amazon took it over. I have this says, Instagram brain rot is way better than TikTok, in my opinion. I don't use Instagram because it makes me angry. I just use Twitter. But I believe you, man. I believe you. But a lot of people love Instagram Reels. They say they're a lot better. And Mr. Elu says TikTok has the good algorithm. Yeah, but I've heard that Instagram is more free. It's more like free speechy. All right, I guess we can end Schizo Watch on this. Here we have, hey, if you signed up for the military, man, I'm sure you're glad to see this. The former Al-Qaeda members playing basketball with our troops. The president of Syria. Nice. Where are Daniel Pearl's parents, dude? Your kid got his head cut off by one of these guys. And now they're playing with our military. Cool. Hell yeah. Oh boy, man. What was all that money for? When libs say we could have spent it on healthcare, this justifies all of those claims. If you were going to end up with Al-Qaeda playing basketball with the American troops, why not spend it on universal healthcare? Why not? It was the same thing with the CENTCOM commander. Perfect. Awesome. Great. Thank you for investing my future in that, U.S. Army. Thank you so much, Pentagon. Ridiculous. Forehat says, do you have Aldi in Florida? Yes. I'm not an Aldi fan myself, but their meat's pretty good. And I hate everything says Instagram Reels are superior. I just don't use it, but I believe you. My brother loves Instagram Reels. Oh, well, let's do this last one before we end Schizo Watch, because this is on our theme. We saw last time a guy giving out bottles and cigarettes. They've stepped up their game.
This right here is rainbow. If you get extra. Here we go.
An angel doing the work of missionaries. As I said before, and I say again, what do they want instead? A job application to be plugged into hell? No. Hit that pipe, dude. I am this close to being a junkie, bro. The junkies are the Ubermensch, dude. The junkies are the people who have dropped out. They're like, this is too hellish for me. I'm out of here. And I respect it. I really do. I respect it. And if you're, bring them a job application? Fuck you. So what? So they can go work at McDonald's? They're going to be on fence anyway. We already saw it. This is true missionary work. This is Spanish missionaries. This is de las casas en Española. This is how you save the world, by allowing people to live in Inception. Why not? What's the alternative? Hell? Hell or drug hell? I think drug hell sounds more fun. Mr. Elu says, ISIL founder. Yes, the founder of ISIS, or ISIL, yeah. Levant or Syria. And now he's playing with our troops. Excellent. I never says, keeping the rent low, he's doing way better than the politicians. That's true. This is a service for everyone, man. He's gambling while he's doing it. Can't hate on that. And Mr. Elu says, life is for people who are bad at drugs. Put that, I'm going to steal that for merch, dude. I like that one a lot. That's a great one. I'm snipping that right now. That's a great one, Mr. Elu. I love that one. Very good. All right. So that's the end of Schizo Watch for the day. All right. Now we have to get to Dave Portnoy, who, as we saw last week, got some coins thrown at him and some anti-Jewish things were yelled at him. Very inappropriate. I thought it was pretty funny, honestly, because I hate Dave Portnoy and anything that makes him angry is funny to me. But he got the kid who did it to him arrested. So let's watch the story that TMZ reported. This is crazy to me. I thought this was America.
I like it. Hey, the Jews. You Dave Portnoy.
Not cool.
Why you coming to the camera, buddy?
TMZ has learned that the young man accused of yelling F the Jews outside of a Mississippi pizza shop has been charged with disturbing the peace. 20-year-old Patrick McClintock was charged today after a viral video of the verbal altercation surfaced on Friday. Police have told us McClintock was processed, then released. When asked about the crime, Brandon Lovelady, who's the public information officer for the Starkville Police Department, told us, every person has the right to feel safe and respected in our community. Offensive words alone are protected, but when behavior disturbs a public event or risks violence, the Starkville Police Department will take steps to help maintain public safety and security. He then says the state of Mississippi allows courts to impose enhanced penalties if the violation meets the criteria for bias-motivated or discriminatory reasons. This remains under investigation. Portnoy and the crew were in Mississippi for an SEC football showdown against Georgia. What do you guys think about the story, and what do you guys think should happen?
The very progressive state of Mississippi is enforcing hate speech laws. Let's call it what it is. It's their hate speech laws. Because this young man was disturbing a public event. I didn't know that Dave Portnoy eating pizza is a public event. I thought it was just slop that people watch on social media. Why does Dave Portnoy get special protection? I don't get it. You know, there's like Hispanic people being profiled right now, right? By ICE. You know that that's happening. Hasn't happened to me yet. But that to me seems to be more of a hate speech enforcement situation than this. Dave Portnoy is a disgusting grifter who eats slop and promotes gambling. And it's a public event when he goes to eat pizza. Andy Warhol was right, dude. 15 minutes of fame. Is that how we do it? Is this how we do it? Dave Portnoy, in China, in Vietnam, Dave Portnoy would be arrested for promoting degeneracy to the youth. Guys, I don't care if you're left wing or right wing. Promoting gambling to young people is never a good thing. It is a sign of decline. And that's Dave Portnoy's grift. Why does he get special protection? And I clipped a couple other stuff because here we get to see Dave Portnoy. Here's his interview, an interview he did on CBS News because of this event. Dude, I've been called a spick before. I've been called a wetback before. I've been told there's water in my ears. I've been called all sorts of things. I've gotten bad service. In Louisiana, it happened to me. In Georgia, it's happened to me. Because you're speaking in Spanish with Spanish-speaking family. And this is when you decide to enforce it. I don't complain because guess what? I'm not a little bitch. I'm an adult. Dave Portnoy is a 50-year-old slob, and he gets a personal carve-out in the law. Let's see him being interviewed about this. Let's see him being interviewed.
I've seen in my own experience, just being Barstool, the difference between how much hate I get. I mean, occasionally you get, hey, kike or Jew or whatever. It's every day now. Like, there's a definitive shift in what's going on. So, yes, now I for me, being a Jewish person, like, you got to step up. You're kind of someone people look up to in the Jewish community. You have to be like, all right, this is not normal, ha-ha, with the guys. People are coming in with real hate.
Dude, and this is where black people have a point. My producer said this to me today. Black people for a long time have said, to white people specifically, but I think it applies to Dave Portnoy here, is that I've been living as an N-word for decades. And you can't handle it for 5 minutes? I can't. Dude, I've gotten all the Latino insults in my life. I have gotten all of them. All of them. Do you see me here crying on CBS News? Because they interrupted my slop session? No, I don't. Because I'm a man. Because I'm an adult. Oh, there's more hate now. Try being black. Try being Hispanic right now. What the fuck are you talking about? What is he talking about? Let's look at more. Because this is not... this one's pretty funny. I don't think we can show this on YouTube, but it's pretty funny. This is someone making fun of Dave Portnoy. It's pretty funny. This is who Dave Portnoy actually is. He's an egocentric, fat slob who just promotes degeneracy.
That's what this idiot wants.
Dave, these guys that wrote the thing at the bar, fuck the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're going to fucking fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweets at you something. You want to fucking... He's not...
Kirk,
you can't come out
it was
for
a bar
5
I
minutes.
owned. It was a bar I owned.
They should have been kicked out. So my thing is...
No, it's not just kick out, Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world
No,
right
I'm
now?
not. What, Dave, what do you want to do with those guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with those guys at the bar? Put them in jail for 50 years? Fine. I don't care.
I didn't
they're
say
assholes.
that. You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk. If you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
don't tell me to shut up. Don't tell me.
Shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you work for me.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
You little bitch, you work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now.
Oh, you
Continue.
don't? For now, quit. I don't
Well,
care. I'll save 500 grand.
is this show or not a show? Like, is this a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
Yes,
what
I think
you're
people
saying.
should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many motherfucking Jews have to be killed before you stop?
This is clearly someone, I mean, we know he's a grifter, but this is clearly someone with anger issues, with problems, that's employee abuse. I know that in Florida, I'm sure he's based in Florida, because every grifter is based here. It's a right to work state, so you can treat your employees like shit. Why does this person get a special pass? This is a bad person. This is someone who should be, I'm not saying ethnically, but he should be abused verbally. Okay, this is someone who should be yelled at. You're a gambling promoter. You're disgusting. You eat like a fat pig. You are a pig. You're a bad person. Stop promoting gambling to children. You treat your employees like shit. They deserve all of this grief. So I don't understand how this is justified at all. This is a disgusting person. This is a disgusting person who now has the law backing him. Here he is here hoping that this person gets thrown out of school in this job market. You know what? He might be doing him a favor because school's a total waste of time at this point.
I was asking, do you have his name? Do you have a clear picture of him? Well, before I could even identify him, the Starkville police actually beat me to it. They arrested this loser for disturbing the peace. Show him the mugshot. Nice hair, you fucking loser. Introducing Patrick McClintock. Not to be confused with his brother, who's also been arrested a bunch of times. Real fucking classy family. And I hope it was worth it for this kid.
What's the problem with having a brother that's been arrested? What's the problem with that? Sins of the father, sins of the brother? What does that speak to?
To do this little stunt. And now this story will follow this piece of shit everywhere he goes. I assume he's going to get booted out of school, deserves it. And every time he applies for a job, they're going to go, oh, so you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit. So like I said, I hope it was worth it. I was asking.
I want to pull up every racist and sexist joke that this retard has done. I hope someone makes that compilation. Because that deserves to be blown up. Because if you want that to follow everyone around, you should be followed around by all the shit you've said, man. This is disgusting. This is the end of the law. I'm not saying that law was real, but just because of my liberal bend, in terms of like, I believe in the liberal system, I believe in law. Where is the First Amendment? It wasn't even an assault charge. I would have thought they got him an assault for throwing coins. Disturbing the peace? What peace? Oh, do you feel peaceful right now? Is there peace around you? Because there's not a lot of peace around me. There's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of police not doing their jobs. There's a lot of grifters eating pizza outside of pizza establishments. Where's the peace? I would like to know. I'm curious where the peace is. So in short, Dave Portnoy is disgusting. And I hope this kid gets released. I don't care if what he said is insensitive. Okay, I've had insensitive things said to me my whole life. Do I give a shit? And this is a small channel. On my YouTube comments, I get called all kinds of shit. Do you think I care? I've been called everything. I've been called Jew, brown, short, ugly, Indian. I'm not saying that those are insults. I'm just saying things I've been called. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? This is a 50-year-old man. Maybe you should stop eating pizza outside and go get a fucking real job instead of promoting gambling. Disgusting. He is not a wizard. He is not Piers Morgan. He is simply Dave Portnoy. Let's catch up with the chats before we move on to Trump's disastrous interview. Let's see here. Everything says, I have a question for you, Leo. What's better, being a poor junkie or a rich junkie? If you've seen the movie Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, excellent movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman, man. I think the answer is a poor junkie. Because your question is actually a very good psychological question, man. They use this for the CIA. They ask you, who's more dangerous, a man with nothing to lose or everything to lose? And the answer, in my opinion, is someone with nothing to lose. And you want to be a dangerous man in this world. And I think the broke junkie has more hustle in him because the rich junkie cannot give in to his whole desire, his whole addiction, because he's scared. Because he's scared of losing things. Full Hat says Obama was the founder of ISIL. Yes, indirectly, I agree. And Hillary Clinton. Mr. Elu says, what happened to free speech? I agree. What happened to free speech? You don't get to throw coins at people. I thought they would get him on that. You don't get to do that. But come on. Efra says, America, where everyone can be equally racist. I thought that's what this country was about. I really do. I didn't know some people had special protections. And I'm not even saying Jewish people because this is a Dave Portnoy issue. I know Jewish people. I have friends that are Jewish. I've never heard any of them say, hey, lock him up for throwing a coin at me. I've never heard that before Dave Portnoy. Fuad says, if you want to know who your handlers are, think about who you cannot criticize. All right, okay. Ian says, no one believes in free speech because we live in a society that picks and chooses. Yep. Mr. Elu says, make sports betting taboo again. Absolutely, dude. People are losing their shirts on that stuff, and it's not good. Ivan says, didn't he beef with some pizzeria? Yeah, because his whole show is just denigrating pizza. His whole show is just bringing hell to small business owners. That's his whole show. That's his whole shtick. Disgusting. Victim mentality, says Mr. Elu. Yeah, this is victim mentality in the flesh. I thought Dave Portnoy was a conservative. He doesn't believe in victim mentality. Ivan says, a great man told me I don't believe in racism because when a giant meteor hits the earth, at least we all go out equally. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a quote, Jesse Lee Peterson. It's not racism. It's good versus evil. I can't do his voice. Efra says, do you think the rest of the world sees the U.S. as a giant episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I can confirm that the rest of the world thinks that we're nuts, man. I haven't been in Europe in a year, but last time I was there, they were like, what's going on in your country? Everyone seems to be going crazy because the Europeans like me. Because I don't seem too American. I'm more open. Gary says Rappaport syndrome. That's pretty funny. All right, let's move on. Sorry, guys. It's just there's a lot. By the way, as I said, guys, the pinned link is the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, help crowdsource news and all that, and there's a Patreon lounge for anyone that joins the Patreon. Let's move on here to Donald Trump, who had a disastrous interview with Laura Ingraham. Donald Trump has really dropped the ball, man. I think a lot of his supporters are starting to turn against him because of what he's doing. Let's see here what he had to say about H-1B visas, which is an unpopular issue.
There's never going to be a country like what we have right now. And does that mean Republicans have to talk about it?
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put you.
How did we ever do it before?
Well, I'll give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. It's very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, thank you, Donald Trump. I guess Americans can't make batteries. Let's continue. This gets even worse. The 50-year mortgage idea, which let me pause here. I'm not completely against this idea, this 50-year mortgage idea. I just don't think it goes far enough. I think it should be 100-year rent, like in China. Because you're renting it. I saw all these conservatives crying, oh no, this means I'm renting for 50 years. You're renting in perpetuity, dude. That's what property tax is. And China's honest and just lets you rent for 100 years. I don't think 50 years is enough for rent. It has to be 100 years because 100 years feels really solid. And you know you can pass that rent on to your kid. 50 years is like, dude, I'm not going to be able to pass this on. You got to make it 100-year rent. And when you make a rent, you can drop the price. Because this is to save a couple $100 a month. Just make it rent, $500 a month, 100-year lease from the U.S. government. Why not? China does it and it works. It works better than this. Let's continue here. Schofield says it should be a 200-year mortgage. Yeah, it should be. Dude, make it a 1,000-year mortgage. Why not? Make the payments $50 a month. If a bank will give you a 1,000-year mortgage, take the 1,000-year mortgage. Absolutely take it. Why not? It's not a bad idea. Let's continue. Here we have him talking about the mortgage.
Housing costs are still out of reach, and another thing that your administration is trying to tackle. Many Americans, the average age of first-time home buyers are now up to age 40, which is sad. The country you and I grew up in.
I inherited that. Look, you have to understand.
Right, but let me get to the question, though, because your housing director has proposed something that has enraged your MAGA friends, which is this 50-year mortgage idea. So a significant MAGA backlash, calling it a giveaway to the banks and simply prolonging the time it would take for Americans to own a home outright. Is that really a good idea?
It's not even a big deal. I mean, you know, you go from 40 to 50 years.
He worked in real estate. How does he not know a mortgage is 30 years? And don't say it's because he's rich, because rich people use mortgages too. How does he not know that?
And what it means is you pay something less from 30, that some people had a 40 and then now they have a 50. All it means is you pay less per month. You pay it over a longer period of time. It's not like a big factor. It might help a little bit. But the problem was that Biden did this. He increased the interest rates. And I have a lousy Fed person who's going to be gone in a few.
This is obviously going to drive up the price of housing. And I'm just saying, dude, make it 100-year rent from the government. Cut out the middleman. Cut out the bank. Make it $100 a month, and then we can all chill. If they build a couple houses in Yellowstone, would you not pay $100 a month to live in Yellowstone? That'd be really cool. But all right, let's continue with this PR disaster. Here we have affordability. This one is wild to see.
The economy was listed as a top concern. I know you know this, for voters in New Jersey, New York, Virginia. I know you've been all over the affordability issue today and for the last several months. Eggs, gas, dinner costs for Thanksgiving way down. But other things, as you noted, have gone up. Beef, coffee, auto repairs. Is this a voter perception issue of the economy? Or is there more that needs to be done by Republicans on Capitol Hill or done in terms of policy?
More than anything else, it's a con job by the Democrats. They're saying, they just have to say, you know, they put out something, say to...
This, all right, I got to bow here to the master. This is a Baudrillardian moment. The reason your eggs are up, they're not up. It's a con job by the Democrats. Dude, he's creating a new reality. People got pissed at this, but this is actually the best part of the interview. When he just says, no, things are not more expensive. It's a con job. Dude, come on. Only a king. He's not Piers level. But it's a pretty good attempt. I like it.
Today, costs are up. They feed it to the anchors of ABC, CBS, and NBC, and a lot of other, and CNN, and et cetera. And it's like a standard. I'll never forget, they had used a word like manufactured. Do you remember the word manufactured? It's a manufactured economy. Nobody uses that word. Every anchor broke through manufactured. They do exactly what they say. It's such a rigged system. So are you ready? Costs are way down. Gasoline is going to be hitting $2 pretty soon, or around $2. Gasoline is at $2.70 now, and it was at $4.50 under Biden, under Sleepy Joe. When gasoline comes down, when energy comes down, and everybody agrees energy's down, we're drilled, drill baby drill. We're going like wild. We produce more gasoline, oil and gas in the last month than we ever have before, by far. And we're going to also end up filling up the national strategic reserves, which were taken out by Biden in order to try and win an election. Didn't work out too well. They tapped in. That's supposed to be for war, for national emergency, not to get...
So are you saying that voters are misperceiving how they feel? Or?
So when I took over, you remember...
Because you said Biden did that too, because he was saying things were great, but things weren't great.
It's synonymous, Biden and Kamala, because you didn't know who the hell was campaigning. I mean, it got to a point. So I was up by 20 points on Biden or some crazy number. And they said, all right, let's get him out. We'll put a new one. This never happened to anybody. All of a sudden, I have somebody new. And they had the 6-week honeymoon, which was standard in the world of politics. You get a little honeymoon. And she had her little honeymoon, but then eventually people got to know her too. And then they had the 60 Minutes catastrophe where they, changed her answer.
What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? I know you're a Trump fan, dude, but you can't tell me that this is coherent, right? That this is incoherent. What the fuck is Trump talking about? I'm having trouble understanding him at this point. What does Sleepy Joe have to do with any of this anymore? The prices are up. Look, I'm all for creating new realities. I am. And the thing is, this is the real thing, is a lot of people are living in this new reality because credit card debt is at an all-time high. But what the fuck is Trump talking about, dude? What is he talking about? All right, let's continue with this disaster interview. Here we're talking about the air traffic controllers after this disaster that happened over the weekend. I hope you weren't flying this weekend, dude. I missed it by this much by doing that Buffalo trip earlier. Let's watch here.
Earlier today, where you blasted the air traffic controllers who had not shown up for work.
By the way, on this channel, I'm not calling Donald Trump anymore. Donald Trump is now Donald Gorbachev, okay? Because this is the Gorbachev presidency. This sucks. It's not even Andropov. This is just Donald Gorbachev. This is Donald Gorbachev tearing down the walls of reality. Here complaining about air traffic controllers.
And offered potentially a bonus of $10,000 for those who have worked despite the shutdown. Are you worried that given the fact that we have a deficit of air traffic controllers still, I know we're trying to change that might be a difficult
No, we don't
position?
have much of a deficit, and we have a lot of people want the job. What I was not happy when I saw all these people, we have to, look, life is not so easy for anybody. Our country's never done better. We should not have had people leaving their jobs. And what I basically did is say the ones that stayed, of which there were a lot of them, I'm sending them a $10,000 bonus.
Where's that money coming from?
I don't know. I'll get it from someplace. I always get the money from someplace regardless. It doesn't matter. I do a lot of bonuses for people because it's really something that, it's like the American way when you think about it. So here's somebody that goes and shows up every single day. Some of them showed up early because they knew there was going to be a problem. Those people should be rewarded. Others, we can't make it. We can't. A lot of the people that showed up also had a second job. They took a second job temporarily, but they all know the money's coming, and the money was coming. So I want to reward the people that showed up without a lot of nonsense, without a lot of talk. They did their job, and in many cases, they worked longer hours to get us through this period.
When can we?
Okay, so Donald Gorbachev, look, man, I spoke to the TSA people at the Fort Lauderdale airport when I was like, you guys are getting paid? And they're like, nah, man, I haven't paid in weeks or days. I don't remember at the time. And I was like, why are you still here? They were like, I just don't want to lose the job. And I was like, you have a union. You're not going to lose the job. Why? I wouldn't show up. And he just says that he's gonna find the money. Dude, this deficit is going to be insane. It's going to be an insane deficit. I hope people are ready for this. These people, I can't even blame it all on them. But dude, the national debt should just be an infinity signal at this point. I don't really care much about it. I'm a little bit of an M&T head. But Donald Gorbachev is adding a lot to the deficit, okay? He's adding a lot. And your goal as a Bajralian should just be finding a way to get close to that printer. That should be your goal because Cantillon effect, dude, the first one at the money is the one who wins. But Donald Gorbachev, dude, this is the end of the line for this country, man. This is the end of the line. Here he is. Let's see him here with Megyn Kelly. It's the same person.
This is the Presidential Walk of Fame.
Now, whose idea was this?
My idea. Everything's my idea.
Everything's your idea. Okay.
Yeah, sadly.
Who's that guy?
That's Barack Hussein Obama.
Okay.
This is Biden right here.
Wait a second. The
Worst
profile of Biden is.
So he's the worst president in the history of our country, and Barack Hussein Obama is top 5. Meaning bad.
Are you going to replace that with his actual photo?
No, I don't think so. Look at the faces on these people. This is the Presidential Walk of Fame.
Nice, dude. I love living in the late Soviet Union. Let's see him here.
This is not the one thing with gold.
Why not
You
silver?
you can't imitate gold, real gold. There's no paint that imitates
So
gold.
these aren't like from Home Depot or something?
No, this is not Home Depot stuff.
No, not stuff you buy.
This is not Home Depot. The one thing.
This is straight up Versailles shit, dude. Versailles. And here he is.
Hundreds of thousands.
You know, I can't do it anymore. Look, I went to Versailles when I was like 13. I was there with my parents. And my parents hate communism because they're Venezuelan, right? And they saw their birthright taken away. Okay, they weren't rich people. All right, they tried their best. They went to school. They did their best. And when we went to Versailles, I remember my mom looked over at me like 45 minutes into it, and she was like, "You know, I get these commies now. This is fucking insane." And I'm not saying we're gonna get to that in America because this is a cucked country. People that live here, the kulaks, are cucked. The underclass is not cucked. You know, like the people that conservatives hate, like poor black people and poor Latinos, are not cucked. But I don't think that they really see a realm for them outside of their direct neighborhood, really. The upper middle class is completely cucked. The billionaires are not cucked, but they're there to make their own money. They don't really care. They're here with the system. How does one not see this and go immediately? I understand Robespierre. I understand Danton. I understand the Jacobin mentality. Jacobin mentality. I'm not advocating this. Reign of Terror was a tough time to be around. But how is the Trump presidency even justified anymore when you see this stuff? The Gorbachev presidency is a disaster. Even as a Trump fan, you have to admit it. I don't get it, man. I know Trump supporters, man. A lot of them have been disillusioned. They tell me, they're like, "Oh, Gorbachev said the eggs were coming down. The eggs are more expensive." Well, you voted for him, so you have no right to complain. All right? If you voted at all, you have no right to complain. But if you voted for him, even less. It really is astounding to me that he did this interview with Laura Ingraham. And it's like no prep, off the fly. My producer has had a theory for a while that Donald Gorbachev is being like, they construct a reality for him. That he's not actually, it's kind of like what people accuse the Biden administration of being, where he's being fed certain information so that he doesn't freak out. And I'm inclined to believe it because this interview was so bad. We're not going to watch this clip, but he said that it's good for more Chinese students to come into America because otherwise our colleges would go bankrupt. I thought conservatives were against bailouts. I thought conservatives hated bailouts. But it's a bailout economy. Wait for your $2,000 tariff check, man. I'm sure that's coming. How much is that going to add? That $2,000 is going to be $300 the next day. You watch. Oh boy. We'll catch up with the chats. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see here. I hate everything that says Trump. America's got talent. Don't got talent. Yeah, America does not have talent. They should name the show that, right? America doesn't have talent. That'd be a great one. Mystery Lou says, my dad came on H1B and Trump is completely wrong. Dude, I know. I have a friend whose dad came on H1B. And look, he was really skilled at his craft. He was. But come on, like this is a lie. This is a lie that there's no talent in the U.S. My father came on H1B. Okay? And maybe his was more justified because his was a language-based thing. But come on, dude. Like what how can you say this publicly? How can you say that America has no talent? It's ridiculous. Schofield says it should be a 200-year mortgage. Yeah, we saw that one. Foyat says they are not mandating that people have to do it. It's just another option people have. The 50-year mortgage, yeah, it's not a mandate. Absolutely. You can do a 10-year mortgage. In Europe, it's a 10-year mortgage. It's not a 30-year mortgage. This is a very American thing. I even think first-term Trump is better than second-term Trump. Don't remind me. I hit everything. First-term Trump was awesome, man. The economy was so good. Oh my God, it was a great time to be around. I feel for these kids, bro. You know when you find out someone's born in like 2010 and you're like, dude, you missed the whole thing. Why are you even born? Like this, why are you here? You missed everything. You missed it all. Full Hat says Trump needs a translator. Maybe he should prep for these, Full Hat. Mystery Lou says Jeffrey Epstein is a con job by the Democrats. He might as well. He might as well say it. Absolutely. Ivan says, I'll be fair, it's his first year, but he has 3 more years to stir the sinking ship. There's no getting off this train, man. I don't know if he can fix this. This shit is so fundamentally broken. It's not all his fault. But he's not helping. Schofield says, we're entering super reality. Super hyper reality? I mean, it was always going in this direction, right? Full Hat says, who wasn't expecting Laura to give him a gloves-off interview? I agree, horrible interview. He has a hard time getting his points across sometimes. Yeah, I'm glad you can admit it, Full Hat. I just don't like when I've seen people that just defend everything, and I'm like, come on, this was bad. This is bad. We inherited a mess, says Schofield. Yeah, we inherited a mess. How long is that going to work on the average Trump supporter, on the MAGA cult member? Except when feeding babies. Yeah. Mr. Elu says, Trump confirming MMT. Right, I'll pull the money out from somewhere. All right, so they'll print it. Cool, good to know. Good to know. $2,000 checks will cost $600 billion. Don't worry, it's coming out of the tariffs. It's coming out of the tariffs, which are not going to be thrown out by the Supreme Court. Absolutely not. Item says, man's beef with Biden is legendary. Biden should have ran in 2016. Prime Biden versus Prime Trump would have been like Ali Frazier. Right, because you're right. You're right. And I hate everything understands the wrestling logic. Right now, he's beating a dead horse. Like, what is the point? There is no heel here, dude. He doesn't do anything anymore. I can't believe the kayfabe. Vince McMahon would never allow this. Where is the real enemy? It's just not possible. The PMC is cucked by gangster capitalists, says Mr. Elu. Yeah, absolutely. But also the PMC is like nihilistic. They all they want is foodie crap. Everything says if it was Thomas Massey, I would be clipping the whole interview if he's going to run for 2028. We'll see. It's an interesting time. He's getting sued for saying that Kash Patel's girlfriend works for the Mossad, which is pretty funny. All right, we're not going to have time because we went over time here, obviously. But as I said at the beginning of the show, dude, Patrick Bet-David finally released the interview with Piers Morgan. I actually think this is working out pretty good because I want to watch this whole thing with you guys because it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's the meeting of the minds. It's so good. It's so good. We're going to watch the whole thing tomorrow. They talk about Nick Fuentes, about London, everything. Everything. It's so good. And we have good, maybe Piers-related merch. I'm going to have to make a parody law announcement tomorrow when it gets here. That's going to be very good. So it's going to be very appropriate. So let's just sit back and relax and watch a little bit of this. But tomorrow is when the analysis is coming in. The real analysis. Because this is a great interview. This is a great interview. It's so good. It's so good. Let's watch the intro. Oh, we're not censored. There we go. There we go.
You guys have Sadiq Khan. I think he's the first 3-term mayor in London ever, a Muslim guy himself. What happened to London after he came in that New Yorkers can expect?
This is a seismic moment for New York. Here you've got a guy out there not just espousing a socialist philosophy, but it's seemingly utterly determined to try and deliver it.
Would you be okay with a Muslim prime minister of UK?
Listen, I don't want to radicalize Muslim running the country. I don't want to radicalize anything. You get Christian extremists in America who committed appalling atrocities.
You're comparing the two? What do you think about what Tommy has shown when he's going in the streets, having 100,000 people showing up?
There is a rising concern, which Robinson has tapped into. We're losing our identity as a country. Everybody feels that this is getting unsustainable.
What's your position with who Epstein was?
It is not as good as a Piers intro, dude. He needs the tips. He needs the tips. The editing is good, but the music is not there. The dramatic noises are not there. It's hard to get to Piers level, but come on. It's okay. It's okay, PBD. You got to do better. Dude, I keep getting ads for PBD. He did the Vault conference. And if I pay $200, I get access to the 200-page workbook and a video of the Vault conference. Can this man grift or can this man grift?
I think he was a predatory pedophile. We don't know the full story yet about Andrew, but we may well find out. I think he's been lying.
Where's your position with everything that's going on within the Republican influencer party?
I've never met or interviewed Fuentes. The stuff he said on the record is so appalling in many cases. You have to go after him about it.
You had Alex Jones on when he came in with the whole...
Well, he had a petition to deport me. And this idea that he didn't know that he was spewing lies is bull. Of course he knew.
Before we continue, I think it's prudent to use this time for this. I had a conversation with my producer about the rise of Nick Fuentes. And he told me something which is true because, spoiler alert, Piers is going to interview him pretty soon. All right, he admits in this podcast that he wants to have him on after previously saying he never wanted to talk to him. One of the reasons my producer pointed out that Nick Fuentes is rising, and this is true, is that you can call Nick Fuentes a lot of things, okay? You can call him a racist, a white nationalist, an anti-Semite, whatever you want, okay? But the reality is that they call him crazy. If you guys watched my video today about Candace Owens, they're calling her crazy too, and I don't think she's crazy. I've changed my mind on Candace Owens. Don't I have a right to change my mind? And Nick Fuentes, they call him crazy. Okay. Nick Fuentes is crazy, all right. But the people calling him crazy are Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, every normie conservative, okay? Every normie conservative. Tucker Carlson is on record saying that he was attacked by demons in his sleep because he sleeps with 6 dogs, but he was scratched up. And that makes it... And that's something normal. Why wasn't Tucker saying that on Fox News? Is it because it was a little too crazy to say there? Megyn Kelly released a video, we watched it here, where she went on 10 minutes about how Muslims are lower than animals, how Muslims are incompatible with the West, how Muslims are evil, fundamentally flawed. And Nick Fuentes is crazy? You know, let's actually, because this is the time to show it. I had it saved here. Let's watch what Ben Shapiro had to say to Konstantin Kisin, another attempted wizard, but he's not a wizard. He's not a wizard. He is not worthy of the title. Let's see what he had to say on trigonometry about people living where they grew up.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that. The history of America is you go to a place where there is opportunity. And if the opportunities are limited here and they're not changing, then you really should try to think about other places where you have better opportunities. If you're a young...
You hear this. You hear this liar, this snake, this grifter say something like this. He thought it was appropriate to say this. Whether this is true or false, Ben Shapiro said this. And you're going to say Nick Fuentes is the crazy one? This to me is insane. Ben Shapiro should be locked up with Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito for saying this publicly. And Nick Fuentes is the crazy one? I'm not saying I agree with the guy. I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff. But trying to push him out, and this is what Piers is realizing because Piers is a genius, is ridiculous. Because we have crazy people like Ben Shapiro, like Tucker Carlson, like Megyn Kelly, putting out insane rants that no one in their right mind would think to vocalize 10 years ago, 20 years ago, calling someone crazy. No. If we have broken down the walls of the asylum, then is the Joker not allowed to play? Is Harley Quinn not allowed to play? If Megyn Kelly can be this insane, is she not allowed? Is Nick Fuentes not allowed to play? These people are so disgusting that it inadvertently makes you defend Nick Fuentes. Because why is he crazy? Because he says anti-Jewish stuff? We watched a 10-minute rant from Megyn Kelly. A 10-minute rant. Tucker Carlson today. Let's see what Tucker Carlson is talking about. I had this here. Look at this. Look at what he's putting out. An hour of this crap. An hour of chemtrails. An hour and 6-minute episode about chemtrails. Chemtrails. 1990s. 20th century, late 20th century conspiracy theories. Tucker Carlson is putting out a documentary about how 9/11 was an inside job, and Nick Fuentes is crazy? No, you must have lost your damn mind. You must have lost your mind. How is this any less crazy than whatever Nick Fuentes says? So I don't see how this is okay. How he can't be allowed to speak. At this point, dude, you're average. I mean, Charlie Kirk, before he passed, rest in peace. But let's be honest here. Before he passed, Charlie Kirk was saying some pretty racialized stuff about black people. Okay? He was saying some racialized stuff about black people. He was saying some racialized stuff about Hispanic people. So why would you cancel Nick Fuentes? Why is he not allowed to be on Piers Morgan Uncensored? And Piers Morgan waited for the right moment, as the master always does. He always waits for the right moment. Why is Nick Fuentes not allowed to participate in the asylum? If you're not going to pull an Ezra Pound and leave America because it's an insane asylum, you have a full right to be a crazy person here. You have a full right to yell and scream and say all the bullshit you want. Because otherwise, who are we placating here? This makes no sense. This makes no sense. So I'm glad to see that Piers is being a big man here. Piers Morgan, a wizard, breaking the spell. Finally breaking the spell. Let's catch up with the chats. Schofield says the goats, PBD, and dude, I think we're going to continue it tomorrow. We got the teaser because the merch is so good, dude. It's so good, and it's going to be cheap. You're going to see it tomorrow. It's going to be great. I even say, as a New Yorker, I'll wait until Mamdani isn't mayor anymore to pass judgment on him. I think it's fair. Yes. What if he pulls a de Blasio, dude? It's going to be an interesting mayorship to watch. Forehat says, people do have a choice on what they want to spend their money on, Leo. Yes, they do have a choice on what they spend their money on. I mean, not really, Forehat. The illusion of choice, right? You go to Walmart and you look at the Oreos and you look at the Chips Ahoy, you find out they're owned by Nabisco, both of them. You don't really have a choice nowadays, man. Mr. Elu says, boycotts only work if they are organized. I don't think boycotts really work, man. But they're admirable attempts. I think they worked in the past. Efra says, did you see Alex Jones and Russell Brand thing working out? It looked kind of gay. I did not, Efra. Please comment that. I want to see the link. Please. Russell Brand shirtless with Dave Rubin. What? No, I'm going to look this stuff up. This is great. Everything says, just another day chatting with the boys. Yeah. Forehead says, Tucker's a real boy. Tucker is attacked by demons every night, even though he sleeps with 6 dogs. And Mr. Elu says, this is why Ben Shapiro lost 20K subs in 2 weeks. Can you imagine saying that to someone? And he said it before, but this was the most egregious way of saying it. You don't get to live where you grew up. You don't get to do that. Ben Shapiro grew up in LA, lived in LA, and moved to Palm Beach. Ben Shapiro never had to downgrade his life. Ben Shapiro went to Harvard. He had a great time his whole life. He never had any issues. But he's going to sit here and tell you need to downgrade your life. How about Ben Shapiro goes fuck himself? Who can say that with a straight face? Who can actually say that to someone with a straight face? It's disgusting. Efra says, nothing against gays, by the way. I just thought this were manly men. Oh, you thought that they were hard men?
Do you like suffering, or do you just deal with suffering?
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
That's Dave Rubin and Russell Brand, I guess. Forehat says, none of these people you're speaking to are MAGA. They are opposition grifters. Well, I think that Tucker Carlson is MAGA, right? Mr. Elu says, why should there only... Oh, right. And Tope says, boys' night. Yes. And I Hate Everything says, the first term was all right, and then the second term was trash, and that doesn't get blamed for it. I can see it. Oh, that'd be interesting. And all I can say about Ben Shapiro is that his brother-in-law is a very lucky man. Abby Shapiro fans, check in. All right, everybody. We're going to watch this tomorrow because it's so good. And the merch is going to be so good. You're going to see. It's going to be great. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Life in the 4HL. Join the Discord. The link is pinned. I'll make a post. I made a post about it. So you guys can send all this stuff, man. Because I want to see your links. Consider joining the Patreon. Consider becoming a member on YouTube. It's $2 a month. Any bit helps to keep the lights on around here. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 1,050 subscribers, dude. We're almost there. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.